Hello everybody, Untitled here, and welcome back to Let's Play Epic Mickey. In the previous video, we started off at the small world, and today we're going to be continuing on. First off, we're going to be fighting this new enemy right here, the Sweeper. The best strategy against it is to not burn your butt on the thinner. My favorite strategy against those guys is to use a spin attack to push them into the thinner. As you can clearly tell, that guy is based off the broomstick characters from Fantasia, which is like one of Disney's more recognizable movies. Much better. Gremlin, Hyperon, Pizza, and Hubble are still kids somewhere. I'm just gonna say this right now. The first time I ever played through this game, I misread Pizza's name as Pizza. And I was just like confused for the longest time as to why he was named Pizza. It wasn't until like my second playthrough of this game where I realized that his name is Pizza and not Pizza. And when I realized that, I felt like such a moron. Anyway, this room right here, this room can be a little bit tricky to figure out what it is exactly you need to do. But once you do figure it out, it's not difficult at all. There are technically 3 ways to get through here, you can jump across those platforms, but you don't need to at all. All you need to do to get the reward in this room is just painting them as being dogs. That's all you need to do. You don't need to jump on those platforms at all because those pillars will raise up and you can jump on those. But that pillar right there will also lower, so you can actually reach the treasure chest. I'll be showing how the other way you'll be able to get out of this room a little bit later. But as for right now, we're gonna go get the treasure chest real quick. We got a bronze bin. So, depending on which way you get out of this room, depends on whether or not you'll be able to get the collectibles throughout the rest of the jungle boat ride. It's really a matter of whether or not you're patient enough to figure out how to get out of this room. Because I can see right there's an upper exit and a lower exit. The lower exit takes a lot less time to get out of, but the upper exit has all the rewards and stuff in this area. So it's just a matter of whether or not you have enough patience to go out of your way to figure out what it is exactly you need to do to get out of that room. There's a blotling right there which we destroyed, but over there is a gremlin. There are 3 gremlins in this area that we can go find. I am in your debt. I hope you can help my other trapped friends. I will express my gratitude when opportunity presents itself. Good day. There are 3 gremlins in this area, and there's a reward later on that you can get if you save all the gremlins. You don't absolutely have to, but I highly recommend you go do it because what these gremlins do, it really helps out with an area that might be tricky for some of you on your first playthrough. I, Hyperon, do thank you, sir. See you at the end of this ride. I'm trying so hard to get those gremlins accents, but I'm not doing a very good job. Anywho, this next area up here is, I'm just gonna say it's a little weird. Because there's a hippo that's coming out in and out of the thinner, and there's a giraffe cardboard cutout right there. It kind of looks like the earlier animatronics on Disney rides where they look more like cardboard cutouts. Pizza is grateful. I'm right behind you. Let's go. The other way you can get out of this room is that you can you just walk over here and spin out this wall. Doing this, going this way, you will not be able to get gremlins. For the most part, you kind of can if you backtrack, but if you only go this way, you're going to miss out on the gremlins. And if you miss out on the gremlins, then one part, and then what's coming up is going to be a bit more trickier for some of you. You just jump on the hippo and jump on the flowers, and you can go through this area normally. Alrighty then, the next thing we're going to be doing is that we're going to be getting a piece of content. This piece of content is somewhere around here. I'm trying to remember where it is. I think I have to jump on the flowers. Okay, I remember now. Yeah, we have to jump on top of the flowers, and it should be around here. Camera up, move. Yeah, you're gonna be hearing me say that a lot throughout this throughout this let's play. The camera in this game, I talked about this in the first video, but the camera in this game is really not that great. So anyway, that's the piece of extra content. So let's jump over here. I live to fall alive. Careful right here, because this pillar, when you jump on it, it will continuously go downwards. It will go past the center, so don't stay on it too long. The sweepers are on the retractable platforms. Use the valves to drop them into the center and open the doors. So, if you saved all the gremlins throughout the jungle boat ride, what the gremlins will do is that they will activate the valves for you, so you don't have to waste your time getting the valves for yourself. The reward in this area you can get either way, but activating that platform right there before you get the reward will make it impossible to get to, kind of. So the gremlins right there, it's a very good idea to go help them out, so that you don't have to do all that boring stuff yourself. But, because this is 100% Let's Play, I'm going to show you guys how you do activate the valves yourself, because I'm epic like that. Get it? Epic Mickey? Whatever, my jokes are lame. Activating the valves for yourself, it's not really all that difficult. If you're really fast enough, you can probably activate them just as fast as the gremlins. Just remember that it might be trickier to get the silver pin in this area if you activate them or something. But now let's go get that silver pin. What you want to do to go get it is that you want to thin out this wall right here. If you did not save the gremlins, like I said, it is possible to get this without saving the gremlins. You just don't activate the retractable platform first. I'm gonna be honest, out of all the pins, I think the silver pin looks the coolest. It kind of looks like an Oreo cookie, and I like Oreo cookies. The silver pins, what's really weird about them is that they seem to be a little bit more rare than, they seem to be a little bit rare. They seem more rare to get than the gold pins, because if memory serves correctly, there are 20 bronze and gold pins, but there's only 17 silver pins, which I just always found weird. So anyway, what Gus is explaining right here is that the steam, when you jump on this platform, the steam will turn off, but only for a certain amount of time. So you only have 10 seconds to get to this area. It's not difficult at all if you know how to double jump. If you don't know how to double jump, I don't really know what to tell you. Just push A twice, that's all there is to it. Mickey Mouse, I hear you're Mr. Goody Two-Shoes. Well, here's your chance to prove it. I spent years getting along with the gremlins, only had to knock them around on occasion. Then, the one time I crashed my boat into the village, they seem to think I'm some sort of villain. Not that I give two hoots about what they think, but it was an accident, and my simplest law can prove it. Those little monsters won't let me near the wreck till I get to. I apologize for that. It's a little difficult to read the dialogue, what Small Pete right here is saying. See you soon, or sooner, if you know which is good for you. So yeah, the dialogue right there is a little bit harder to see because it blends in with Small Pete's dress. Hey, I can see my house from here! I saw Gremlin burn top of the pagoda. Perhaps he can tell us how to follow Oswald. Braun might us have a grasp on whatever Small Pete was complaining about. There's Oswald again. How did he get over there? Surely he didn't lock that door. Yay! We're in the Asian boat ride thing. So if you haven't guessed by now, this area is based off It's a Small World, which is a pretty popular ride at Disneyland. I personally don't really care that much for Small World. So anyway, what we want to do is we want to activate this machine cog so that we can get on top of the pagoda. I don't actually think you really need to get that gremlin right there, but there's a lot of stuff in this room. There's a lot of collectibles in this room, so I'm going to be spending a little bit more time to get everything in this room. But I guess you're now a partner of Small Pete. I'll prepare the boat ride for you. The boats will take you to the island, but not much further. Don't stay on too long. There's some machinery over there, and I happen to know what it does. You can trust something called a fire bridge. Curious name for our bridge. That is your key to escape here. The really tricky part is getting to the machinery. You're going to face some challenges there. Alright, so what we want to do next is that we want to go over to the island over there. So like I said a moment ago, there's a lot of stuff to get in this area. There's a couple side quests, there's a couple collectibles, and things like that. Technically, it is possible to get through here without raising the fire bridge at all. I'll be showing off how in a bit, but first, let's destroy the dolls! It's always been my dream to destroy the Small World dolls! Not really, well, kind of, but let me just say right now, these dolls are really freaking scary. Let's destroy the dolls and save the gremlin. Looks like the whirlpool sank the boat you were on. I could fix it so you can reach the gears. But those gears behind, gears behind the big walls are complicated. It's easier to just pay me to do it. Just because I'm free doesn't mean my rent is. It doesn't really matter whether or not you pay him or not. I recommend you don't, because you're going to be wanting to save up your e-tickets for later on. I don't really know if anything significant happens if you pay him or not. So it doesn't really matter. I guess if you have trouble with this area, you could pay him, but I just really never really care that much to do that. Paying him will make it easier and quicker to get through here, but like I said, I personally prefer saving up my e-tickets for later on in the game, because we are going to be needing some e-tickets for later on. Look, this valve controls a steam vent. If you use your spin move, I bet you could set it down. It's pretty old, though. Mickey, this is the steam valve over there by the next valve. Hurry to do it. You'll get an additional 10 seconds every time you hit those valves, so don't worry about time. It might take you a couple tries, but it shouldn't be too terrible. Looking at this boat, that kind of reminds me of something funny. A few years ago, my family was taking a vacation to Disneyland Paris, and my mother just like fell in love with the Storybook Canals ride. It's basically like a really simple ride where you're on a boat and you're just going through a couple scenes from Disney movies. Like you're going through a bunch of miniature, small scale versions of Disney locations, like the Beast Castle and the Cave of Wonders from Aladdin and stuff like that. My mother just like absolutely fell in love with that ride. So my sisters and I were like joking around saying that the next time we go to Disneyland, that we're gonna go on the more intense rides and just leave her on the Storybook Canals. That was pretty fun. Disneyland Paris in general is a really fun park. I'd really like to go back someday, but it's all the way across the world, and there's kind of an ocean separating where I live and where Disneyland Paris is. Anyway, there's a bronze pin right there. We're gonna be getting a gold pin pretty soon. It's right where we need to go anyway. So let's go do that. Move faster, boat! Move it! So, to get the gold pin in this area, you want to paint in the machine cogs. What you really want to do in this area is you don't actually really need to paint in the machine. Well, you do need to paint in the machine cogs, but you don't need to paint in like all of them to complete this area. Just painting them all in gets you the gold pin in this area, which is pretty cool, kind of. Jumping on top of that will raise the fire bridge, which is a dragon! It's so adorable. I'm gonna name a Gobble Gut after the dragon in Mario Galaxy 2. I'm just gonna say this right now that while I was planning out this Let's Play, I spent like a really long time trying to research what that dragon was based off of, because I just have a feeling that that dragon should be based off something from a Disney movie, but I spent like so long trying to research what that dragon might have come from, and I could not find anything. So if that dragon did come from an old Disney movie, then I was not able to find anything about it. So I apologize if it did come from a movie, but I wasn't able to actually like tell you guys about it and stuff. I'm gonna be talking more about where the characters in the cartoon Wasteland actually came from a bit later on. I really like the detail up there where you can see like the outside of the Soul Building. It's really cool. Jumping on top of this flower will gain you access to this area, which we need to get to beat this level. Well, not level, the area. What you want to do there's a piece of extra content behind that sun statue thing. I honestly get confused about this one sometimes, but luckily I know where it is. Clap for joy. So what we really want to do is we want to jump on top of these things so that we can open the door. Except we have to go back up there to actually finish opening the door. Why is there two of them? Why can't there just be one? Why does that have to make me do this horrible area twice? Now I'm going to be showing you how you'll be able to exit this area without raising the fire bridge at all. So what you want to do is you want to go over here and thin out this area. Activating the machine cog will gain you access to a gremlin. Oh, I'm glad to be free from that cage. Cramps one's legs, I can tell you. Thanks for freeing me. I'll rotate that platform so you can get up to the top. Also, I'm going to fix the magic carpets. You could use them to reach those two levers across the river. You could just use those levers to get to the village. Hopefully, you can help our comrades there too. Please, let anyone asks about me know that I'm okay. So what we're going to be doing next is that we're going to go on top of those magic carpets. I'm going to let you guys right now that sometimes those magic carpets seem like they actually disappear. But it's not like a glitch or anything. There's just a sweeper up here, and he throws bucketfuls of thinner. So if the magic carpet seemed to have like vanished out of thin air, what really happened is that the sweeper probably just thinned out the carpet, so you can just paint them in if you look hard enough. But that's how you get through this area without reaching the fire bridge. Yay! And welcome to Steamboat Willie. This is the first Mickey Mouse cartoon. Technically it wasn't the first one, but I'll be getting more to that later on because it actually spoils part of the game. This was the first Mickey Mouse cartoon that was released. And what was really revolutionary about it was that this was the first animated cartoon movie that featured sound. Because most movies back in the day, they did not feature any sound whatsoever. Well, they had music playing, but that was about it. This movie actually had talking. Mickey Mouse was whistling and playing instruments, and it was really, really cool. But it was not until the Carnival Kid came out where Mickey said his first ever word, hot dog, hot dog. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video of Epic Mickey, and for next time, we're Gator to you. Oh yeah.